Hey guys, just got finished watching Moonfall with Halley Berry, and I just want to say that I almost didn't make it through the whole movie because it was so slow in the beginning, and I was like, okay, like this joint is corny. I'm about to take it. I'm about to shut it off, and something kept telling me to wait, be patient, wait, and the action started. Wasn't a lot of action. But when the action started, I said, okay, maybe this is going to be, a good movie. So it was predictable because, this it's about the moon falling. So the moon, the whole moon actually was not going to fall to Earth. It was just going to start breaking because it got to go through the atmosphere and all that stuff. So by the time it would have got to the Earth, it would have just been like meteor rocks. So basically that was going on. But then the rain started coming and like tidal waves of rain and stuff. And it was just, it was like tsunamis and stuff from the effects of the moon and stuff. And Halle Berry, um, her and the other astronaut, when they first had went up in space, the thing that was living in the moon or on the moon or whatever killed, because it was three of them in a spaceship, so it killed the guy that was outside the spaceship. The one guy made it back in. Halle Berry was already inside, but she had passed out after the thing hit the spaceship. So they barely made it back to Earth, and her co-partner was trying to tell NASA like what was going on, what was happening up there, that this black thing just came out of nowhere and attacked them, but nobody would listen to them. So 10 years went by. Yes, they just jumped 10 years into the future. So now his son is grown. Her son is like, I don't know, like 5 or 6, something like that. He looked like he was around 5 or 6. So, and I was wondering if that was her real son, because I really don't know how old her real son is. So, but if he wasn't her real son, they found a damn good lookalike. So anyway, the 10 years later, the other guy just came out of nowhere. He was burnishing floors and stuff in the hallway, and he snuck into one of NASA's office, and he punched in stuff into the computer. He found out that the moon was off the axle, that it was like crooked, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. And he tried to tell the astronaut that. The astronaut wouldn't believe him. So he went, because he had like a blog website, he went and announced it on there. So everybody started panicking and stuff. And everybody was like looting stores, robbing stores. And I said, okay, so if the moon is supposed to be falling to Earth, I always got to break stuff down like that. Why is everybody running around like they crazy? Because where the hell you gonna go at? Unless you got your own spaceship to go to another planet, where the hell you gonna go at? Because that NASA and Secretary of Defense, President, all that, they got the underground bunker. So more than likely, they'd have been safe. So more than likely, depends on how bad the fallout was. So after he did his blog and stuff about the moon was off the axle and stuff, then people start believing him, and the astronaut believed him, and then the military, of course, was just going to nuke the moon and be done with it, because they sent up another spaceship, and that thing that was living on the moon killed all three of the astronauts in like seconds, just killed all of them. So it looked like some type of I've seen it in other scary movies with aliens and stuff. So it looked like something like that, like a black cloud thing, but it was living and stuff. And it has the power to change shape, to turn into like knives and sharp objects, stuff like that. So they decided that after they saw that, they was like, we out. So NASA was like, we out. The dude quit and made Halle Berry the director of NASA. So I thought that was kind of funny, because he was like, I'm out. He called his wife. He was like, pack your bag and we're out of here. And again, like I said, unless you had your own spaceship, where the hell was you going to go at? So now it's just Halley Berry and the astronaut that they had fallen out with, the one that had went up in the air, in space with her before when the other dude died. And the guy that found out that it was off the axis, he was there at NASA, and then the one that was cleaning floors and stuff. So now she'd have made him an official member of NASA, and then the two NASA guys were there. So my thing that I didn't understand, when they was evacuating everybody went to the bunker that was like important, but they didn't send her. Well, they were supposed to meet them, but I couldn't understand like why everybody else was given an airplane or a helicopter, but not her son and not the astronaut son, and they getting ready to go up to the moon to save the world. So why their kids got to drive a car all the way from wherever NASA is at, all the way to Colorado to the bunker? So of course they never made it to the bunker, and the stepfather of the astronaut son, the stepfather, he died because they had to go up in the mountain, and his daughter tank burst because it was, low on oxygen and stuff. So he took his tank off and gave it to his daughter, and then he died as a result of that. So that was kind of sad. But in the meantime, Halley Berry and the astronaut and the guy that told everybody that the moon was off the axis, they found another spaceship. They up in the spaceship. Everybody at NASA is going down because this huge tidal wave just came out of nowhere. So she told the other two people that stayed behind, she told them, go ahead, jump in the helicopter. So they was out. So now they get to the moon, and they noticed that they had to turn all their electronics and stuff off, cell phones and all that, because whatever that thing is that's inside the moon, when it comes out, it eats anything that's organic and anything that's like electronical and stuff. So that's what was going on. So they made it past that thing. They went inside the moon, and they went like to the center of the moon. So then you start seeing like rings and stuff. So I was like, what the hell? I said, I knew it. I knew it was aliens on the damn moon and shit, because who else gonna build stuff? I mean, it was like a whole damn city inside the moon. It was crazy. So it reminded me of Prometheus. It reminded me of that. So I don't know if that's where they got the idea from, but that's what it reminded me of. And then they crash landed because that thing was back after them again, and the alien inside the moon opened the doors and let the ship come in, and it kept the other alien thing out. And then when the astronaut woke up, the alien started talking to him. Well, it was like a oh god, what the hell you call that? Excuse me. It was like a oh god, like a virtual reality type thing, and start telling the astronaut like the origin of how they started, that they were, artificial intelligence, and then their artificial intelligence turned against them. So he was showing clips of how it all started, that they just recognized that they was alive, and they just started rebelling. They start killing everybody. So they just wiped them all out. So I was like, damn. So now it's only their consciences are left on the moon inside this, the artificial intelligence thing. So that's what they was telling him. So they was like, well, how much do you love your son? He was like, I love him more in the world. They was like, are you willing to die for him? And he was like, yes. And they was like, why? He was like, because I love my son. So I was like, okay, I know where this is going at. So they gave them a spaceship. It was a lot of spaceships up there too that was inside the moon and stuff, like all sizes, all different types of spaceships. So they gave them a spaceship, the three of them, and it was a bomb that NASA had gave them that they were supposed to set off inside the moon that would destroy this, this artificial thing. So they was telling him, the artificial people was telling the astronaut, one of y'all gonna have to be the bait when it comes after you. Set the bomb off, and then that'll kill it, and then we can manually reset the moon, and that'll stop all the crazy stuff that's going down there on Earth. So they agreed to do it. So the the two astronauts, the astronaut and Halley Berry, was arguing about who should do it, who should set the bomb off and everything and all that. And I was like, okay, I know where this is going. So the guy, the third guy that really wasn't an astronaut, but she made him an honorary NASA dude, so astronaut, whatever, he jumped and closed the door, went into the other, because it was like two shuttles stuck together and one had the bomb in there. So he jumped in there. He was explaining. I was like, okay, they could have just left that part out, because he was giving him a song and dance why he had to do it. So I ain't gonna do that to y'all. So long story short, he sat there as bait while they got away, Halle Berry and her and the other astronaut. And they got away. They went back to Earth. But while that was going on, the third guy was sitting in the other shuttle with the bomb, and he had his finger like over the launch button. I guess that's what you want to call it. So, yeah, he had his finger over the launch button. So as soon as that alien technology thing, the bad one, not the good one, as soon as the bad one took the ship over, he let that drone come right to his face, and then he pushed the button, and it blew up. It killed it, and then the alien virtual reality people, they was able to fix the moon, so everything on Earth stopped, like all the earthquakes and the tsunamis, all that stuff stopped. So, but the Earth was destroyed, of course. So they got a lot of repairing to do, and it was stuff that had flew. It was winds like crazy, like 250 miles an hour, because the Chrysler building in New York ended up in Colorado. So I was like, damn, that's crazy. But it was scary though watching that, because stuff was just, the ground was like lifting up and just cracking open like it was like a sinkhole or something. I don't know if you ever seen a sinkhole, but sinkholes can happen anywhere. There's a lot of them in Florida where I live at. And it will swallow your car, your house. It'll just swallow you the hell up whole, and it ain't a damn thing you can do about it. So I just hope you got insurance. But anyway, but yeah, it was, once the action started, once they got to the moon, I was happy. But prior to that, I was like, man, this joint is crap. I was like, I'm just going to tell people, do not watch this movie. That's what I was going to say. But if you just stay with me through the whole 12 minutes, then you know that I changed my mind after they got, because that's when the action started. And then I was like, okay, so we finally getting somewhere. So, but I say 8.5 maybe overall. But I think it's going to be a part 2. The way it ended, I think it's going to be a part 2. So we'll see. We'll see what happens in the next year or two, because you know they slow with making movies. So this ends the end of the review. I hope that y'all like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget to check out my Twitter and my Instagram pages and my TikTok. Bye.